What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. I know it's around lunchtime. Some of you on your lunch break. Big ups to everybody who attended Nicole Michelle's live chat yesterday. She actually invited me on her panel. I had a really good time. We talked about various topics. It was me, Nicole Michelle, Gabriel, another young lady by the name of Jasmine, and Lamar movement. We chopped it up. The conversation was really, really good. It was an excellent chat. I appreciate Nicole Michelle, for putting me on and allowing me to be on her panel. I really enjoyed myself. And again, I like to do panels with sisters that are very intelligent, sisters that are willing to not so much just entertain the Black community, but more so educate the Black community. So I definitely appreciate all of them for sharing so much of their insight and their knowledge and sharing it with everybody out there who's basically starving for knowledge. They're starving to be fed knowledge. So I think that's a positive thing when it comes to the Black community. With no further ado, I thought it was imperative that I presented this recipe to everyone today. Ever since this situation has been going on with this young lady, her name by the name of, let me make sure I have her name correct. Her name is Jasmine Elin. Her story has gone viral all streets. It's been traffic in the YouTube streets. It's a very heavy situation that has gone viral. And if you don't know about the situation, if you just type her name, Jasmine, Jasmine, last name Elin, Eiland, you will find several vloggers that are covering the story. I'm not going to cover that story. To me, I don't have enough information to cover this particular situation. The story is a really huge, massive social media event that has definitely taken over and flooded the YouTube streets. And I'm just not going to comment on that particular situation because, again, to me, there's just too many loopholes in the story. I've heard several things. I mean, a lot of people think she put it upon herself. A lot of people think she put herself in that situation. Some people were saying she got into it with her husband. Her husband wasn't on the best of terms, which is why she went out. I mean, her own brother even dragged her through the mud and said bad things about her. Then her brother tried to come back and change it. And it's a really messy story. That's why I'm not going to go into it really. I'm basically, my intent is to school these women out here and basically give them the tips they need to avoid getting themselves in these type of situations. What's up, Shar? Good morning to everybody in the chat room. So basically, like I said, this story has gone viral. The reason I'm doing this content is because there's been a story on YouTube that has gone viral about a young lady by the name of Jasmine Elin who was drugged and raped while she was in the club. And again, my heart goes out to this young woman. I don't know the dynamics of the situation, so I'm not really going to talk about the situation in particularly because to me, there's just not enough information. You got all of these bloggers, everybody around here is giving their opinion about what they feel happened to this young lady. Some people feel like she was raped, and from the looks of it, she did not look like she was in her best state of mind. But again, I don't know what all led to that. I don't know if she was getting high, smoking blunts with the man, or I don't know what she was doing before it got to that. I'm not saying it's her fault. I'm not saying she deserved it. What I'm saying is it's just not enough to me. It's not enough information for me to give an opinion on it. So, I mean, I respect all the other bloggers that are doing it. And of course, it's a lot of women that are coming forth, because whenever we hear about another woman getting raped, and by the way, thank God it's Friday. I just realized that too. As women, when we hear that another woman has gotten raped, our heart automatically sympathizes with the woman. You know, because any woman who has experienced being raped or being molested, we know it's a very traumatic experience that will forever alter and change your life. So when we hear stories like this, women automatically are going to side with the woman and not really know the woman that well enough to be sympathizing with her. It's not really told I care to be promiscuous. Unfortunately, Real Goldie, that's why I'm doing this content, because I can't give an opinion on the situation because it's just too many loopholes. It's too many people that are coming out the woodworks, you know, saying she's always been a promiscuous woman, and other people saying, you know, her husband was having problems and she went out that night to try to get her husband jealous. I don't know, but I will say this: nothing condones a woman getting raped if that's what really happened. If that's what really happened, it's unacceptable, it's unexcusable, because there's too many freaks out here that are giving it up for free. No man should have to ever get to the point of resort to having to rape a woman. You got women that are giving it up with for nothing. Okay, you know, and sometimes if that's what you really want, sometimes you got to invest into it. They got prostitutes, they got freaks, they got people, women who get down like that. And the thing about it is, if you deal with women on that level, at least you ain't gonna have no problems. You know, if you really want to get yourself off, if you really looking for somebody, really want to feel that you can just hit off whenever you feel a need to, I'm not condoning this type of behavior, but you're better off getting a prostitute or somebody who does it for a living. That way you don't have no problems. You don't want to get some random chick at the club. You don't want to get somebody, your neighbor daughter next door and all this and that. Get somebody who does it for a living, if that's what you're going to do. That way there's no problems, okay? If you're going to go there. But really, I don't recommend nobody going there. But the truth of the matter is, people are going to do what they want to do. So it is what it is. So my thing about this whole situation, what I'm in fear of, I think it's too many women that are abusing the Me Too movement. It's too many of them that are doing it. And what's starting to happen is, I believe over time, women are starting to abuse the Me Too movement, because not all women, if it does not apply, you don't have to reply. Not all women are doing it, but what's starting to happen is women are using the Me Too movement, and they crying wolf when they get in situations, because the truth of the matter is there are many instances in which this situation could have been prevented. Again, I'm not going into the story. It's too many loopholes. I will leave it up to the experts. I will leave it up to the detectives. I will leave it up to the criminal justice system within her jurisdiction to do all the investigation in that, because I promise you, if she is lying, if she's lying at all, those investigators, they're going to dig into it. Those detectives are going to dig into it. She's going up against some experts who have been in the system for years. They know when a woman is really a victim, and they know when a woman is looking for attention. So I will suggest to any woman out there, if you're going to file charges against a man and say he raped you, when you know you did not take the proper precautions, you put yourself in a vulnerable situation that gave him easy access to be able to do that. Just keep in mind that if you're not honest and now you want to retaliate, now you want to go get even with this man because you feel like he played you or he used you. In other words, you know it wasn't really a rape, but because you got played in the process or because you got used in the process, now you want to scream wolf. So we have to be careful when we do stuff like that, ladies. Again, I'm not saying this young lady deserved what happened to her. I don't know her situation. I don't know how it went down, but what I do know is I can't go by one video. I cannot go by one video. I need to know way more of what happened before it went down like that. I need to know, was her and this guy smoking and drinking high together? Was they getting high together? Was they drinking together? Was she initially down with him doing something with her, but she didn't think he was going to take it that far and do it there at the club? I just don't know the dynamics of what happened. I just can't go on this one video, even though it looks bad. It looks really bad. It looks terrible. I'm not saying that this dude was right. I'm not saying this woman was wrong for letting everybody know what happened. But what I'm saying is it's just not enough for evidence for everybody to be in such an uproar and jump to this woman's defense and say, oh, you know, she's been raped, she's been used. We don't know that. Y'all only seen one videotape. You only seen one pieces of the video. You know, that's like coming, it's like, and a lot of people have the tendency to do that. It's like I've seen situations. I've seen situations like this. Good morning, Cool Gent, King Murphy, Real Goldie, Lord Draconis. Appreciate y'all for coming in. I've been in a situation where I've seen women who have cried wolf and put on the performance and had people running to their rescue and running to their defense. And the story was nothing like they portrayed it to be. For instance, I seen this lady fighting her man physically in the streets. They both was fighting. And basically she was, you know, screaming, cussing, going off, and doing all this other stuff. And of course, it drew attention. Police came out to see what was going on. And basically, she put on this performance and made it seem like, you know, dude was just beating on her, dude was abusing her, and all this and that and everything. And you know how that goes. So anyway, when it was his time to tell the story, he told the police, he said, yeah, you know why I fought her? You know why? Because I woke up this morning and I saw her. She pulled a gun out and she tried to shoot me in my sleep. She was getting ready to kill me in my sleep. And I basically had to wrestle with her and snatch the gun out of her hand because she was getting ready to take my life. And sure enough, you know, the police did their research and found out the woman was trying to kill him. Now, you wouldn't know that seeing her in the street acting like she's the victim. And that's why I've always been, I have to hear two sides to a story. I don't need to just see one tape. I need to know what happened before that situation with the tape, before the tape even came out. I need to know what happened before that. Was this a guy she met over the internet? Was this a guy she was trying to get up with? She was planning on knocking boots with him later. I don't know the whole situation. That's basically what I'm saying. Because women, we unfortunately we don't put ourselves in the best of situations, and we cause ourselves to become targeted. And I'm not saying that she deserved what happened. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm siding with her. I'm not saying I'm siding with him, but it's just not enough information. That's like you seeing two guys duking out in the street. You see them fighting and beating each other up, and you automatically want to take one of those guys' side. You want to defend him, not knowing the situation. You just walking into the fight. That's like walking into the middle of a movie. The movie done already started. And you're trying to conclude what the movie is already about before you even seen the beginning. You know what I mean? Some people come in at the end of the movie when the credits are rolling and they figure they know what the whole movie was about. If you was not there when the movie first started, then you really can't co-sign. We just can't. I'm sorry. If we just cannot co-sign and come to her defense because she's a woman crying that she's been raped. It's not enough information. My thing is all these bloggers need to stop discussing it. They need to stop putting their own theories into what happened. Let these detectives do their job. Because they're the ones that are skilled in dealing with people in a situation, because there have been some women who have lied about being raped, and it's been men who've been put in a position of where they had to do prison time for years, get something on their record, their life is ruined, all because the attention she was seeking for, it went left, or things got out of pocket, you know, and it's just easy for her to pull out the I got raped card. But worth a box cutter. She tried to give me my sleep. It happens a lot, King Murphy. Like I said, you got some very, just like you got some evil men, you got some evil women out here. You got some women that could be very vindictive. You have some women. I'm not saying this is the case with this young lady. I'm talking about general speaking. You got some women that can be very vindictive. You got some women that are abusing this Me Too movement, and Me Too movement has programmed a lot of these manipulative women, not the women who have really been raped, not the women who really are victims. It is these women that are abusing this Me Too movement because the attention they were seeking for went wrong, and now they want to cry wolf. This is what happened when seeking attention goes wrong. And you're right, too many questions about what happened too late in the video and the response to it. Exactly, Tanya. A lot of holes in the story may have been raped, but she was definitely sexual. As soon as she said no, stop the dude, should have backed away. Absolutely. And that's what, and this is why I'm schooling y'all, these women today, because women need to understand certain things you just don't do. The thing of the matter is, this woman was assaulted, allegedly, because we don't have facts. Let me make sure I say that, allegedly, because we don't know if it really, we are just seeing one video. Like I said, you can't come in the middle of the movie and you already done concluded what the whole movie is about. If you wasn't there when the movie first started, when the credits started, when the preview first started, if you wasn't there, you cannot come up with a conclusion as to what really happened and what went down. We just saw one piece of we just seen that one video. Y'all don't know what happened before that video. That's what I'm saying. Before we jump to anybody's defense, whether if it's the woman, if people are siding with her, before you women side with her, before you fellas side with this man, we don't know. Let the detectives, let the criminal justice system figure that out. My thing is, once I get the facts, then I will commentate on it. Right now, it's not enough. It's too many loopholes. It's too many things that's not adding up with the story. Her husband ain't even really defending her. Her brother didn't really defend her. It's too much. That's why I'm not going into the story. But what I am going to do is school these sisters on how to not get yourself in these type of situations. That's all I can do, is teach you how to be proactive, teach you to avoid even happening to you. Okay, because unfortunately damage is already done for this young lady, and it can happen to any woman. And I'm just saying, because the truth of the matter is, when we go in certain places, when we go in certain environments as women, we have to be careful how we carry ourselves, because sometimes you can be drawing the wrong type of person to you and not even realize it. So let me go on into the story. What's up, Rep? Thank you for coming in this morning. What it be because about who's going to take exactly, Rep, exactly, and I totally agree. And I'm just doing this content because I want the women out there to prevent, to avoid getting yourself in a situation, so you don't have to be one of these women that got to go viral and expose the trauma that has happened to you because you want attention, you want sympathy. The best thing to do is to avoid even getting in these kind of situations. And that is what my content is about today. It's about how can I avoid this from happening to me. Okay. So that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing the content, everyone. Okay. Now keep in mind, again, it's too many women that are abusing the Me Too movement. And what I'm afraid of is that because so many women are crying wolf, it's going to take away from the women who really have been raped, who really have been taken advantage of. Women who are really victims are going to be overlooked because everybody's going to be giving too much attention to the wrong women that are just using the Me Too movement to cry wolf. And that's my main concern. That's what I'm worried about more than anything. You know what I mean? I don't want other sisters out here who really it has been used and raped. I don't want these real victims being overlooked. Okay, that's why I'm doing this content, y'all. But anyway, with no further ado, I'm not saying this is the case with her, but some women want to cry some women want to cry rape when seeking attention goes wrong. Let that marinate for a minute, because I know some of y'all are not going to catch that. I'm going to repeat it again. Some women will cry rape when seeking attention goes wrong. Just kind of let that marinate for a minute. Okay. Now, this is why it is important as a woman. You be careful what your environment you make yourself vulnerable in. What's up, underrated? When you go to the club, ladies, when you go to the club or house party, keep in mind some of these men, not all, some. Let me make sure I specify that. Some of these ruthless brothers view the club as a meat market, and basically they are looking for someone to butcher. You can't become so consumed with attention that you lose your common sense. And I'm going to give y'all some analogies as to what I mean about that. What's up, EE, Turf Orca? Appreciate you for coming in. Let me give y'all some examples. Some of these women, they go to these clubs. What's up, Dion? Some of these women go to the clubs and you want a man to buy you a drink because you too cheap to buy your own drink, or you want to hustle off another brother's pockets and you want him to pay for your drink. Do you not realize that some of these men who are ruthless, who get a joy, who get a thrill out of raping women, do you know that you can possibly have this type of dude paying for your drink? Do you not realize that when you try to be one of those females, you know, you all about I'ma get me, I'm gonna get some, I'm gonna find me a sucker dude that's gonna pay for my drinks all night. I'm gonna get him to buy my drinks. I'm gonna get him to buy my girl drinks. I'm gonna find a simp. I'm gonna find somebody that's gonna pay for all my drinks. Do you not realize these predators, these sexual vampires, they love for women to think like that because that gives them an opportunity to buy you a drink and slip something in your drink. I tell any woman these days, don't be so thirsty that you need a man to pay for your drink in the club. Buy your own goddamn drinks. Don't let him pay for your drink. Because all it takes is a second for you to turn your back and he don't already slip something in your drink. And the thing about it is, you can't taste it. When somebody slips something in your drink, you cannot taste it. It don't change the colors. People could put, somebody could put something in your drink and you would not know it. All because you're so thirsty as a woman, you want a man to pay for your damn drink. You that cheap, or you so busy trying to be a hustler, what's up, my Cecile, that you will let any brother in the club pay for your drink, not knowing if that brother is the type of dude he slips Mickeys in women's drink and been doing it for years in that same particular club, and you become prey to that. Thank you, Turf Oracle, for the $2 donation. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bro, baby. Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. You can't be so thirsty and you one of those women, you think you're gonna take advantage and you're gonna get a man to pay for your drink. If you got that kind of mindset, you can very well fall into this type of entrapment. Because what happens is when they slip these pills in your drinks, ladies, what happens is it paralyzes you temporarily, which is why possibly in the video she was limping and looking lifeless. That's what these drugs do. They temporarily paralyze you to where you know what's going on, but the problem is you don't have any strength to do anything about it. That's the thing about it. What's up, Art? Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. That's the thing about it. So you have to be careful, ladies, when you up here want these guys to buy your drinks. Stop begging these dudes to pay for your drinks. Stop being so thirsty that you want anybody to buy your drink and you get caught up and somebody slips something in your drink. And next thing you notice, you feeling funny. You know something is not right. You know you feeling this drug take effect of your body, but the drug has already consumed you. So basically, you really can't do nothing about what's happening to you. And what happens is these type of drugs, They temporarily numb your body. They numb you to where they numb your muscles to where you are defenseless. You can't fight nobody off of you. You can't push no man off of you. These drugs make you lifeless. These pills make you lifeless. A man could throw you around like a rag doll and ain't nothing you can do about it. It's like mentally, you know what's going on, but you don't have the strength to defend yourself. That's a trick with these drugs, okay? So you have to be very careful. Stop pushing up on these men, asking these men to pay for your drinks, okay? That's the first thing we need to do. The reason I'm doing this content, y'all, is because women need to realize before we hear any more viral stories, before we hear any more women coming forth crying wolf about I've been raped and I've been taken advantage of. I hate to say it, but a lot of sisters, y'all are doing dumbass stuff that's causing y'all to be put in the position to become easy prey to these overly sexual demonic vampires. Most of them men that night, I'm sorry, but something is off. Exactly, my sincere. And I'm so glad that we have some sisters in here that's not co-signing and jumping to this woman's defense. So that's it's letting you know, brothers. That's why I tell black men all the time, all black women, we do not co-sign on other black women behavior. We don't. Just because we don't go on these men YouTube streets and we don't get on their panel and say, yeah, y'all right. All women, it's all women that. Women, we know it's other women out there who are not going to always be 100% truthful. All of us is not supporting this Me Too movement, okay? Because we know some of these women are manipulating the system, they're abusing the system, and I will be so glad when somebody catches on and they change this Me Too movement, because it's getting to be too much. They need to put some rules. They need to put some policies and procedures in this Me Too movement. Okay. So anyway, moving forward along. This is another thing, women. This is another thing, ladies. I'm giving y'all prevention tools. Okay. I'm doing this content because we don't need no more women coming viral crying wolf. All right. It's time for women. We got to take accountability. We have to be smart. We have to be wise. We have to use our common sense. They rape each other. Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and share that comment. Yeah, that's why I said, everyone. There's too many loopholes. Now, this is the next thing. Ladies, be careful. When you are on the dance floor and you are dancing with a dude, what's up, Prince? Good to see you. If you're on a dance floor with a guy, let's face it, you're in a club, you want to get your dance on, you there to have a good time. Let's say a guy asks you to dance with him, y'all on the dance floor, y'all having a good time. And this dude, slowly but surely, he's getting too frisky with you on the dance floor. He's getting too frisky. He's grabbing on your ass, grabbing you in front of your crouch. If you entertain that, you're sending him mixed signals. If you're up there laughing with him, you smiling with him, or you still hugged up on him, even though he's doing something to you that's making you feel uncomfortable, just realize that you are inviting him to take it to another level. See, that's why I'm doing this content today. My content is not to support all these Me Too movement, I got rape stories. My thing is, I need to educate my sisters on how to not even get in this type of situation to begin with. This is what we need to do. We need to educate these females so they stop getting themselves caught up in these situations. If a dude is groping you on the dance floor, he's all groping your ass and all over you, you need to cut it off right there. You don't need to be entertaining it no more. I've been in a situation before where when I was dancing on the dance floor with a guy, I'm out with my girls, we're having a good time and everything. Guy approaches me, wants to dance with me. I'm like, okay, it's just a dance. What's the harm in dancing? Okay. We dancing, having a good time, but this dude was getting a little too aggressive with me on the dance floor. Okay. He was getting a little too aggressive with me, to the point to where when I would try to leave him on the dance floor and go dance with another guy, he would follow me. This is crazy, but guys, you got some men out here that are crazy as hell. You got some men that are real crazy. I'm sure too, Turf. I think somehow, some way, this is really going to backfire on her. I pray that it doesn't, for her sake, if it really happened. But it's too many loopholes, and the bad part is her own brother and her own husband is not even defending her. It's just, I don't. I see more going against her than I see what's going for her. You know. All right, underrated darkness. No problem. I appreciate you for coming in. Exactly. See, that's my sincere. That's why I'm giving all of these tips today, because women need to stop putting themselves in these dumbass situations where they could become prey to a sexual demonic predator who can't not keep his hands to himself, basically. So my thing was, this dude kept stalking me on the dance floor, y'all. It happened. He didn't even buy me a drink or nothing. He just kept stalking me. He followed me all over the dance floor. It gave me the creeps. So I ran into this guy on the floor, and I had to pull him aside. I didn't even know this guy. And but I had a vibe that he was decent. So I told the guy, I said, look, I said, I don't know you from Adam, but I'm gonna need you to act like you're my boyfriend right now, because this dude is hounding me. I don't feel safe with him. I knew I was by myself. Well, I knew I had my girlfriends, but everybody was doing their own thing, And I knew I was by myself, and I knew I was gonna have to leave that club eventually and walk to my car. I did not want to put myself in a position to where this man had room to come after me. So the guy was cool with it. He said, yeah, I got you. I'll tell him you with me. And that was the only way I was able to get this guy off of me. So you have to be careful, ladies, when a man gets disrespectful with you on the floor. He's grabbing and rubbing up on you. If you're allowing that to happen, 9 times out of 10, he's going to think you're okay with it, and he's going to take it to another level. So if he's groping you on the dance floor, if he's groping you and doing something that's making you feel uncomfortable, you need to stop it right there, especially while you are in a public place. You need to stop it right there. Exactly, Turp. Exactly. Once I see something ain't right, I don't ignore it. My brain is like 20 steps ahead. I do not ignore it. I knew dude was getting out of control. I'm like, I'm going to have to leave here. I got to walk to my car by myself. I didn't have my boyfriend with me at the time. I'm like, no, I'm going to have to find a man in here that's a real man, get him to act like he's my dude, and have him escort me to my car. You have to be 20 steps ahead of the devil, because I'm telling you, he's always trying to set you up for an entrapment. It's good to be careful because some of these dudes be mean. Absolutely, rep. Now, the other thing is, this is the other thing too. What I realize, do not go to the club or do not go to a party when you are going through a vulnerable moment in your relationship. Don't do it. Do not do it. Sometimes women, when we go through a dark place in these relationships and things don't work out, and we're not in a good place with our men, we're not in a good place, the first thing some of these women will do is run to the club. I can never understand that. Now, for me, I've never been that kind of woman. If me and my husband, we fall out, we have an argument, I'm not going to no club. To me, that's not a place for a woman who's not at her best with her man. I really don't think it's a place for a man that's not at the best with his woman. I really think that if you're in a relationship, the last thing you need to do is go to a club, because things aren't right on the home front. That to me, that's where most affairs start. That's where most fatal attractions, all of this stuff starts from the club. People will run to the club to look for comfort, which is the most dumbest goddamn thing you can do. Well, I'll be honest, men and women go to the club for different reasons. Okay. Women, 9 times out of 10, she goes for attention, or she goes because she's not getting the attention she wants from the man at home. That's most of the reasons a woman to go to the club. It's either things ain't going right at home, she needs to get away, or she's not in a good place with her man. It's gonna be one or the other. Now, when a man goes to the club, it is because he probably has to air out his wife getting on his nerves. You know, she complaining, bitching. You know, he need to go out and get some drinks. But in some cases, some men go to the club or go to the bars because they know it's a meat market. They know that's where all the meat is at. They know it's so many thirsty women that are dehydrated. That's what I call it. It's a lot of women who go to the club because they dehydrated. They want to get laid and they looking for somebody that's going to give them the attention that they want. Because let's face it, there's some women out here, they want sex just as much as these men. Sex is not just something that only men are looking for. A lot of these women have learned to devalue themselves and they have just been acceptable. They have found it acceptable to just get in the deep. Okay, so let's keep it 100. You know, everybody, when we go to the clubs, 9 times out of 10, we're not going for the right reasons. You know what I mean? You know, like I said, but men and women, they got different reasons on how they go to how and why they go. EU, welcome out. The woman that used to deal with her boyfriend stopped her 8 times because she was trying to leave him. Wow, it happens a lot, Rep. I believe that. I sent her my bingo money at the strip club. I'm telling you, you don't go to these places when you are having problems at home with your wife, with your husband. It's not a good look. Now back to these women. Because we're the ones that are getting ourselves in these dumbass situations where these men are taking advantage of us, where men, not all men are doing it, but some of these, what I call spiritual vampires, these men that are overly sexualized, that have to cure their sexual appetite, and they don't care about what means they have to do it. They don't care if they got to rape a woman to do it. They don't care if they got to manipulate a woman to do it. You have some men, they get a thrill out of actually um um robbing women of their cookie. They rather rob it. Some men are turned on by robbing the cookie. They don't want to ask for it. They don't want to pay for it. True story. I know somebody right now, and I'm not going to say his name with all disrespect to his family. Nice looking man, nice looking guy. Somebody I possibly would have probably even wouldn't have mind my daughter dating. Okay. This dude had a serious problem. And nobody knew it until it got out of hand and the cops got involved. This young man, unfortunately, was going around and breaking into women's houses and raping women. Okay. And he had been doing this in several states. All right. He had been breaking into these women's houses, breaking into their apartments late at night, knowing, I guess he would study these women and see there was not a man with them and seeing they're by themselves, watching what time they got from work. He would break in these women's houses and rape them and did it in several states. And the bad part about it was it just took God to fix it for him to get caught because he had been getting away with it for a really, really, really long time. And what happened was this where he got stupid at. The last female whose house he broke in and raped, he took the woman's iPhone, okay? Anybody who has an iPhone, which I don't have one because I can't afford it, I'm an Android person. Anybody who has an iPhone knows that if somebody takes your phone and you have that phone finder or whatever the case is on there, or you can even install it on somebody's app, you can find where your phone is at. So what happened was this lady contacted her uncles and said this guy just broke after she called authorities. She contacted her brother, her uncle, whatever, and said this guy just broke into my apartment and he raped me and he took my phone. When I say it was just meant for him to get caught, because when he did this, sure enough, the uncle reported it to the authorities. Okay, so they put a tracker on the phone and they found where dude was. His luck was so bad. Not only was they able to find him, they found the evidence in his vehicle that he had been the predator who had been committing all of these crimes. How about this? How bad his sickness was, y'all. It's a true story. And this just happened like a year or two ago. And it was so bad to where after he raped these women, he would take the sheets off the bed because he knew his fluid was on the sheets. Okay. So he would remove the sheets off the bed after he did what he did. Okay. Not only he would remove the sheets, he made his victims wash and take a shower before he left. Now that's how sick he was. How you go in a woman's house, you rape her, you take her damn sheets that you nutted on, and then you damn make her take a shower. I'm telling you, it's some sick ass men out here. I'm not saying all men are doing this, but I'm telling you, you got some psychologically damaged brothers that got some mental issues. All right. It's not just these sisters out here that's mentally ill. You have some brothers who ain't all there. So let me go back to what he was doing. And his luck was so bad, he took the woman's iPhone after he raped her, which was stupid. They was able to track his location. When they pulled, first of all, they didn't have to pull him over. His luck was so bad, his tire blew out. His tire blew out. So he was already sitting on the side of the street. See, God don't like ugly. The devil will let you think you're getting away with something for a long time. And when God has had enough for you, you know, taking advantage of people, God will put a stop to it. And that's what happened. So they found him on the side of the road with his tire flat. They knew, based on his description and all of that, he was the dude that had just raped this woman. Now, not only that, his back seat had all the sheets he took off of her bed that had all his DNA and the woman's DNA. So you know it was curtains for him. Not only that, when they checked his DNA, found out it was his, found out it belonged to the rape victim, they traced his DNA. This dude had been doing this in 3-4 other freaking states. And guess what, y'all? He ain't even 24 years old yet. He ain't even 24. So it ain't just these old pervs. You got these young dudes that's not even in their 30s. And he was going around raping women. And the bad part was he was a nice looking guy. He looked good. He was not an ugly guy. If I showed you his picture, but I'm not going to do that because I know his family. And out of respect for them, I can't. I'm just not going to do that. He's nice looking. He around here breaking in women's houses and raping them. I'm like, dude, really? You got these trifling ass helpers out here, the Yamacraw Village projects, and found a woman that would have gave it up for just some damn Chinese food and a Capri Sun. But I realized the trick to it, the men who have this problem, they don't want to get it from a woman that's willing to give it to them. It becomes like a sick thrill for them. It's kind of like a person who's on crack. They'll break into a store to get money. They'll do whatever they need. They'll commit any crime they need to commit in order to fulfill that urge. And that's the same way a rapist mind operates. A rapist, he gets a thrill out of being able to snatch the cookie. He don't want a woman that's going to voluntarily give it to him because it makes him feel powerful. Okay? It makes it give him a sense of empowerment that he could take a woman, rough her up, and attack her and rape her. You know, some men, it's an adrenaline rush. It's a sickness. And if they don't get any help or counseling for it, it escalates and it gets worse. They found out this guy had been doing this in several other states. What's up, China White? Thank you for coming in. So again, you got some sexual vampires. They don't care who they hurt to get what they want. Okay. And like I said, these days, a man don't have to steal a cookie. Believe me, it's women out there who will give it up for nothing. It's a woman out there that'll give it up just for you to buy her a bag of groceries, to get her some hair bundles. Go find Backpage. Go find fuckbookers. Other avenues. I would rather a man go pay for a prostitute on the street, even though I'm against prostitution. I don't like it, but if that's what she does, evidently she's okay with it because she's the one walking the streets, the money coming in her hand, then so be it. I'd rather a man pay for it than to go out here and rape a woman for it. I think that's a very coward ass thing to do. But anyway, I can't, in situations like that, that was not that woman's fault because she was where she was supposed to be. She was at home in her domain, in her bed. So for her, for that particular woman who got raped, I cannot blame her at all because she was where she was supposed to be. She wasn't drunk and toe up and fell asleep in somebody's apartment known as a bunch of men. She was nowhere in the wrong. So I can sympathize with women like her if you're in your home or if you're handling business and the guy just ambushes you, knocks you out and takes it. That's not your fault. You didn't ask for that. But when we go in certain places and certain environments, we have to be very careful. As if a man too heavy in a rapist's role in the bedroom, you better watch him. Exactly, T193. So these are some tips that I'm giving these ladies to avoid becoming prey to these sexual vampires, these sexual predators that don't know how to control their sexual urges. Because like I said, I don't know the story with this Jasmine female. I don't care to talk about it, and I'm not going to talk about it because there's too many loopholes. But my thing is, before we go jump into this young lady's offense, we need way more evidence than what we're finding out right now. Y'all cannot just go on this one video and want to run behind this man or you want to run behind this woman. We have to, you let this whole thing play itself out because a lot of y'all is jumping the gun and y'all don't even know the whole story. Okay. So, and I recommend that China White. I keep me a 40. I got me a 40 Glock. I tell you, it's better be safe than sorry. But I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some more tips. So the last tip I left you ladies was do not go to the club when you are vulnerable. You had an argument with your man. You and your man got into it. You don't need to go to no club because you in your feelings. You mad. You upset. All it's going to take is this brother to finesse you and make you feel, all get inside because you're going through a bad moment with a man and he may play you on that. Yeah, it's a story going on about this female named Jasmine Elin. The video has gone viral. Thank you for the donation, China. I really appreciate it, love. I got your email, so just let me know whenever you want us to collab, and we'll work out the details from there. Okay. And again, thank you for the donation. I love when the other sisters support my movement. So thank you so much. What happened was it's this female named Jasmine Elin. You could type in her name when I log off on YouTube, and it's going to show you a video of her. Matter of fact, I will share it. I'm not going to share the video, but I'm going to share her picture so y'all can see who I'm talking about. Let's see. Let's see if I can share it. And basically, this whole situation has gone viral. It's too many loopholes in the story. Some people saying she was raped. Some people are saying she wasn't raped. Her own husband, her own brothers was talking reckless about her. It's just too much loopholes. It just I can't really go by the story because it's just too much that's not adding up to it. Her husband hasn't even really been in her defense. Her brothers was set for at one point in time, her brothers was going against her. Now her brother trying to support her. So it's all messed up. None of it makes any sense to me or whatever. But anyhow, this is what basically happened. And that's why I'm trying to school these women out here and make them be aware of how they need to prevent themselves from getting into these type of situations. They need to prevent themselves. So that's the last thing. Don't go into the club if you already not in a good space emotionally. The next thing is let me see. I told y'all about, for those who come in here and just getting the content. If you're on a dance floor with a guy and you dancing with him and he's getting too frisky, he's getting too fresh, don't keep going along with it. Don't ignore it, because in his mind, he's going to think you're okay with it. Don't let a dude grope you on the dance floor and he doesn't see anything wrong with it. Next is, do not go to the club with females that are irresponsible. Do not do that. Do not go to the club with other females who you know are trifling, who you know are not going to have your back. When me and my girls would go out to drink before I got married, We had each other's back. Okay. But some of these females are so scandalous today, especially if you're friends with a female that's already hating on you. She could see that a guy is taking you out of character, see that you're not acting like yourself, see something is wrong. And because she's been a hater from day one, she won't even defend you. She could see this guy is taking you with is taking you with him. He's sneaking out the back door, and she won't do nothing to stop it. If you're going to go to the club, take you some friends. If you're going to go out and have a drink or two, take you a girlfriend who you know going to have your back. Not these salty ass helpers who you know kind of flaky with you. You know, y'all got a flaky ass friendship. Them ain't the kind of females you want to take to the club with you. Make sure to don't forget to hit those thumbs up, y'all. I appreciate that. I have 18 people in here. I only got one thumb up. So please, if you could take a second, I would be so grateful. It's not going to cost you anything to hit that likes up. Thank you so much. Don't take a flaky ass friend with you to the club. Don't do it, because she is not going to have your back. She's not going to look out for you. Back in the day, people, women would look out for each other. These scandalous ass bras today, I wouldn't trust them as far as I could see them. They too scandalous. It's too many scandalous females. They want to see you get hurt. They want to see a man take advantage of you. Oh, thank you, James. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's because of all of y'all who's been supporting with me and rocking with me. I've been able to drive as hard and as long as I have. So it's because of all of y'all. I've been able to accelerate at what I do. So I thank y'all so much for y'all support. I really appreciate it. Yep, I got my 40. I know I got my 40 Glock. I got it ready. This is the other thing. Like I said, you know you got that shady ass girlfriend who like to throw undercover shade. Y'all got a flaky ass friendship. 1 minute y'all get along, next minute y'all don't. Don't take her to the club with you, because if she see a guy taking advantage of you, she's not going to help you out. Me, when I saw my girlfriend getting drunk and I would pay attention to her and see a guy in her ear, he rubbing up on her, grabbing her a certain way, I would go to her, sis, let's go. Let's get out of here. You drunk? No, let's go. No, no, no. But I want to stay. No, get your ass up. Let's go. I'm not leaving you here, because it's not going to be on my conscience. Something happened to her. She ended up dead, and I was right there, and I saw it could have been prevented. I'm not going to leave with that on my conscience. So women, if you're going to go to these places, please take you a reliable friend. Do not take this half flaky ass. 1 minute your friend and next minute they ain't. Don't take them with you, because it's unfortunate. You got some sisters, they will let their homegirls get hurt. They'll let their friends get hurt because they already been jealous and hating. And instead of them putting that aside and looking out for your safety, they'll let you suffer. They'll leave you there for dead, you know. And it's sad, but that's the kind of society we live in. That's the kind of people we dealing with, you know. So just be careful. Take you some real friends who's not gonna see you in a bad situation and not help you out and not do anything about it. Okay. So make sure y'all do that. Because again, women, we got to use wisdom. We have to use knowledge. We can't do no more of these sob stories. We can't keep getting on these posts and sharing all these videos and making all these videos go viral, and y'all are not taking the proper precautions. Y'all are not taking the proper prevention measures to avoid getting